So for this video, we are going to go over how to create the jar and the lid for your OnShape candy dispenser. So here we go. Starting off in the same document we did the other pieces, we're going to add a new part studio, and we're going to rename it to jar. I'm going to double click on front. I'm going to turn off the top and right side plane. I'm going to choose sketch, and I'm going to click on the front plane. I'm going to start by roughing out this jar, and I'm going to start with the line, and I'm going to, we'll start in the middle right here because why not? We'll go here. We're going to draw out one side of our jar, and then when that side of the jar is done, we'll actually revolve it and go from there. So we're going to go here. We're just going to kind of rough this thing out right now, straight over. There we go. Right here, all right? So when we do this, we got half of our jar. So I'm going to do my dimensions. If you look at the sketch, you'll notice that this is 2.6 down here. So we're going to do half of that and make this 1.3. We're going to make this one 0.73. And we're going to make this part, we'll make that about 3. Okay, so there's half of our jar, and now we're going to take this thing and we're going to check it. Next thing we're going to do is we are going to choose our revolve tool. So we're going to look for the revolve tool right here, and it's going to say, what do you want to revolve, what face? You're going to click on the face of this jar. It's going to ask you for the axis. We're going to click on this middle line, revolve axis, click on this line here, and then we get something that kind of resembles a jar. Green checkbox to save it. We're going to rotate to the bottom of this thing. We're going to now use our shell tool, and we're going to click on the bottom here. Okay, so now it hollows that out and makes it a nice shell. Last of all, next thing we're going to do is, this thing isn't looking very much like a jar right now, so we're going to use that fillet tool one more time, and we are going to try to round some of these corners off. Okay, let's do our fillet. Let's make our fillet 0.15, so it's not so dramatic. We'll start with the top here. We'll do this top part here. We'll do this bottom part here. And then we'll do the top point here. And that kind of looks like a jar. I think that's good enough. Let's see what it looks like from there. Okay. All right, then we got our jar. Cool. Green checkbox. If you want to change this thing and make it look transparent, you can right click right here, and you can go to edit appearance, and you can actually change it to like gray or white, and then you can turn down the opacity here and then make it see-through if you want to make it look glass. Okay, so green checkbox, that's good enough for our jar. Next, we're going to add a part studio, and we're going to do the lid. So we're going to do plus, create part studio, and then we're going to create our lid. All right, so now we're going to make the lid. Here's how we're going to do it. We're going to start with the front side. We're going to make like a little L, and then we are going to revolve that. Then we're going to flip it to the front. We're going to cut this hole, and then we'll have our lid. So let's get started. Insert name, create part studio. Let's call this guy, right click, rename. Let's call it lid. Start from the front. Turn off your top and your right side axis. Hit sketch on the front. Now we're going to draw a line. We're going to draw, looks like a L that fell over. We're going to do something like this here. Make sure your lines are straight up and down, right about there. And then we're going to add our dimensions. So we're going to add our dimensions. If you look at the lid in the drawing, it's actually 2.75. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to do, this is only halfway across, so we're going to do 2.75 and then do divided by 2, and it's actually going to do the math for us. Then we're going to come to this top piece where we make this 0.1 to make it look nice, and then we're going to revolve this thing. We're going to revolve, choose that as our face, choose our axis, which is going to be this little arm here, and then it should revolve for us. That looks pretty good. We're going to double click top, click on sketch, choose this circle. Now we're going to draw another center point circle right here, change the diameter to 2, hit enter, and now we're going to go to extrude, remove, and now we got a hole in our lid. There we go, our lid's done, and that should be the last piece you need for your jar and your candy dispenser. Now all we have to do is put it together in an assembly.